cm Flak 30 was deployed to intercept enemy fighters and fighter bombers attacking at low altitudes, but Mauser improved and developed a higher rate of fire cannon to cope with the high speed of the aircraft. Mounted on the same type of Y-shaped gun mount as the Flak 30, it can be manually turned all around. The barrel can be raised from -20 degrees to +90 degrees, and the barrel can be raised, ranged, and loaded. It is operated by 4 ammunition carriers. This gun mounted on a two-wheel trailer, SD.A.51, shown on the right, is compatible with semi-tracked vehicles such as the SD KFZ 251 and Malsha, as well as Krupp Protza and Opel, towed by a Blitz-like truck. There are also examples of installation in large passenger cars such as the Horch 108 TYP-1A, which is originally intended for towing, in local modifications. Like the Flak 30, the 2 cm Flak 38 is commonly used by the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Waffen-SS forces, and is used in fortifications, anti-aircraft positions, various vehicles and trains. It was mounted on naval vessels and widely used. In addition, it was effective not only for anti-aircraft missions, but also for suppression and support fire on ground targets. However, although the rate of fire was higher than that of the Flak 30, it still used a box magazine of 20 rounds, and the practical rate of fire was only 180 to 220 rounds per minute, which led to the development of the 2 cm Flak Vierling 38 with 4 main guns side by side. A vehicle-mounted version of the 2 cm KWK-38, which was modified for the main armament of tanks and armored vehicles, was also produced, and was installed on the later Panzer II and 38T reconnaissance tanks, wheeled armored vehicles, and armored half-trucks. A variant was the Mountain Troops Flak 38, a lightweight version for paratroopers and mountain hunters. Unlike the normal type, a towing bogie was not required, and wheels could be attached to the axle of the pedestal part, but it was not compatible with high-speed cars, and was used for towing by horses, mules, and low-speed RSO tractors. When shooting, the wheel is removed, and the folded tripod can be deployed to make a full circle turn. The gun mount and mantlet were made smaller and lighter, and the gunner's seat was moved directly behind the gun, as in the Flak 30. The gun and gun mount could be easily disassembled like a mountain gun and could be transported by hand. The gun was towed by vehicles and mounted on various self-propelled guns. The first was an anti-aircraft self-propelled gun type that could fire while mounted on a half-truck, and a 1-ton towed vehicle equipped with a 2 cm anti-aircraft gun. In addition, an anti-aircraft tank was built on the chassis of the Panzer IA and 38T light tanks. The Panzer I was produced at the beginning of the war, when the Germans had air superiority, so they were mainly used for fire support in ground combat, and all of them were lost in the Battle of Stalingrad. On the other hand, the 38T self-propelled guns continued to be used until the end of the war, as the supply of anti-aircraft vehicles could not keep up with the demand for anti-aircraft vehicles as the Germans lost air superiority, despite the lack of firepower against enemy aircraft in the latter part of the war. In addition, there were also local modifications that were installed on large military vehicles, trucks, and armored half-trucks. The Mountain Trooper Flak 38 can also be seen in the photos of the installation in the RSO and heavy truck.